happy Yargle Day. And also, happy mid-subathon day for me. We're on day 2 right now. And as part of Yargle Day, which is a 9/3, because Yargle is a 9/3, there's a Yargle Day quest series that you have to complete within the next week. But they're not easy to complete. Well, some of them aren't. To unlock the ribbit emote and the BARGLE title, you need to complete 3 quests and then 5 quests from among these. This one is pretty easy to get accidentally. Have 9 or like exactly 9 power of creatures in play at a time. That just happened to me when I was playing a random game of Magic. Eat the World, that's a little bit trickier. You need to have Yargle or Yargle and Miltani as your commander and win a game in Brawl in which there are no land cards remaining in your library. I'll show you my deck I use for this, and I'll make sure I have like a link in the description and stuff so you guys can find it. Class of 9/3 is deal 93 combat damage to opponents with Yargle, Glutton of Urborg. Specifically, it has to be in the regular like player Brawl queue. It does not work in the Yargle Day event, at least currently it doesn't. I think they're gonna fix it at some point. Death by Vanilla, you need to cast at least 5 creatures. The creatures need to all be vanilla, and you need to win the game. This is actually bugged. There isn't a way to complete it right now. And a Frog of Culture is what I'm currently completing, which is to do 20 games where your deck has 25 or more non-lands from Dominaria. Specifically the set, not the plane. And that one is actually a lot easier. It just takes a lot of time because that's 20 games. So first, let me show you one of the ways that you can eat the world. I've seen a couple people using Doomsday Excruciator, but the way I'm doing it is with, well, you could probably already guess what rewards you for not having lands. It's Charbelcher. I clicked the wrong thing here. Oh, apparently the vanilla achievement is fixed now. Oh, excellent. Like within the last 15 minutes, I think, because I saw a little update go live. New deck. Here we go. Edit. So this deck is using only modal double-faced cards for lands, a lot of mana-producing creatures and mana rocks, and it is trying to tutor for Goblin Charbelcher to win the game, or just get your opponent to concede. There's a bunch of other like control spells, tutors, ramp in this deck. I have gotten 2 Charbelcher wins with it so far, so it definitely works, and also sometimes people will just concede. Which, that also works. Let's see if we can get it to go. Yet another Yargle, probably looking to complete one of the quests. It could be a Doomsday Excruciator doing the same quest as me, or something else. Now, if I get a second land, this is fine, but I don't have a second land. This is also 2 lands, which is slightly better. Though they're all in one color. Hopefully we'll get enough mana through everything else. This can get me some mana when it dies. I have Guardian Idol, Chromatic, Keely Archive, Tutors. There's the tutor. Rat Colony. Okay, so this is going to be the 20 Dominaria spells deck, which I will show after this one. I think I just want to chill for this turn. Let them kind of ram into the freebooter. I got very lucky with the non-land lands here. All right, so they're not attacking in, which does make sense. I will play Chromatic Lantern and pass back to them with the intent of using Deadly Dispute. Yeah, rat colonies will kill you fast, and they are from Dominaria. The more you have in their deck, the better, and you'll need, what, 25 of them in your deck? Easy. All right. Let's ball. That's not what I want. Look at that. I just drew it. Easy. Easy peasy. Didn't even need to tutor. Charbelch at him. Incredible work. Incredible work. Now, to briefly explain what happened, Charbelcher says, I'm going to look at all the cards until I find a land, and then deal damage equal to the number of cards I looked at. So if you have no lands in your deck, it kills your opponent, assuming they have less life than you have cards in your library. Charbelcher, classic way to win with MDFCs in the deck, or if you have a mountain, a single mountain, you could reveal that and win. But for this quest, you want to have no lands because that's what the quest requests. There's also a Doomsday Excruciator version of like a Yargle combo. I'm just not doing it because it's even more convoluted. And now for the other version of the quest that is to use a bunch of Dominaria creatures or Dominaria cards, I'm running my Rat Colony deck. This is an updated version of Ren the Relentless. And you're going to see people running other versions of Rat Colony. This one is probably stronger. This is actually a very sweet deck. Ren makes you more rats and is well supported by blue and black, so you have kill spells and a couple counter spells, as well as a bunch of typal things to help buff your rats. This makes relentless rats, not technically relentless rats, but it's totally relentless rats, when your opponent's creatures die, or I should say go to exile. And yeah, Ren's sweet. So let's go into the queue with that. Elspeth Storm Slayer, gonna be going wide, just like us, but by doing double tokens. I have a way to mute her abilities, but they'll be playing other token generators, token doublers, and all of that while I play Ritz. Nice planes. Authority to consult. Aw, my rats are gonna be tapped. Man, that's fine. It's a great card. Fatal Push, not really what I want, I think, in this matchup, even though it is, you know, fine for Ren things. I could go for setting up for more damage, or I could go for turning off abilities. I'm going to start with the Azure Beastbinder, since I have a feeling they will have abilities that I'll need to stop. What are you thinking about? What's your fancy Sheldreds? Is it playing a land and then a creature? Sheep. Sheep? Guess I'll play Rat Colony and make it so their Guardian Idol can't tap for mana, because that's one of the things Azure Beastbinder can do. Disable the abilities of an artifact. Because I got Vren here, I will play Vren. And I'll swing in with both, again disabling the Guardian Idol. Because if their creatures die, even if it's trading into one of mine, I will get another rat. They also don't die because they're exiled instead, and that means they don't get the might upon the creature dying. Who is mighty now? It is I! So they definitely needed that mana from the Guardian Idol. And they are not getting it. So let's play some rats. And we do want to do this pre-combat to make this rat bigger, stronger, faster, better. Fateful Absence on Beastbinder. Yeah, that's fair. It's a very good card. And I think I'll actually go with Pack Rat over another Rat Colony. Alright. None of my opponent's creatures died. They didn't have any creatures. And this deck's also nice because it is fairly aggressive. So the deck's, like, finishes the games quickly. All right, we're going to kill this. And would I rather have a Rat Colony, or a Pack Rat or a Rat Colony? I'm going to go with a Pack Rat. Going to drop the Rat Colony. And swing in. Boom, boom, kapow, blammy. 4 life remain, and we get another rat right there. Perfect. They have 5 life, and I have 6 rats. GG. So for the vanilla achievement, you need to cast 5 vanilla creatures and no non-vanilla creatures and still win. This is a Pioneer deck. That is Azorius Voltron. It's putting pants on little critters, whether those are house mice or lions. You're getting armor, you're getting some all that glitters. Honestly, you could put even more of these. You're making them unblockable, drawing some cards, and hopefully winning through the power of cheap vanilla creatures. And also, because it's an aggressive deck that's mostly 1 and 2 drops, if you don't win fast, that's fine. You can always try again later. So let's try this in the Pioneer queue. I've got 3 vanilla creatures. I've got some removal / protection, so we can start Voltroning. Nice. I think I'll start with the Savannah Lions. Oh, wait! Is this person doing the same thing as me? I think they are. Have a staunch shieldmate. Knight of New Benalia, also vanilla. I'm going to give this some combat research. And then have it squeak by so the Knight of New Benalia can't block it. You can prevent me from drawing by blocking with the Tiki House Mouse, though. Okay, nice. We love Azorius Voltron. Alright, they're hitting for 5. You can actually play like a more serious version of this deck with SRAMs and stuff if you're not doing the vanilla achievement. So remember, I do need to cast 5 different creatures. Or not 5 different, but like 5 total creatures in order to get the achievement. Hopefully they will not concede first and we'll have a fair, balanced game of vanillas. They got vanillas, we got vanillas. They're vanillas in Boros. Probably going more aggro. Alright, I'll trade my Savannah Lion into the Knight of New Benalia. Now, they could have a combat trick because, like, Minecraft, Daredevil, and a few others do have extra abilities. Yeah, Silver Flame Squire, too. Nice. Thankfully, this has lifelink, thanks to the honestly busted card that is Sheltered by Ghosts. Security bypass. Can't be blocked. Card Mage's Rescue and an island. I will drop this. I'll drop the island and play Tiki House Mouse and hold Shard Mage's Rescue to protect this staunch shield mate and possibly get the last creatures out this next turn. All right, they have vanillaed. Oh, they're making their creatures grow! I love it. You can put like Illuminator Virtuoso. It's great for targeting with stuff. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just in case they concede here. Just like, I don't know, maybe. We draw, and then we connive. I will drop this Hengegate pathway and hold the Shard Mages. But I have cast the 5 vanillas. Now I just have to win. Shield Breaker! I protect. Yay, Savannah Lions! Okay, this is only unblockable if it's attacking alone. Which, at what point do I just attack with everything? Or attack with this instead, because it's bigger. I need to get one of my, like, All That Glitters or Ethereal Armors. What format is this? This is Pioneer. The perfect place for a little bit of jank. So Staunch Shieldmate goes away, so do its auras. Minecart Daredevil is now back in play. They have 7 life left, and I can have an unblockable 8 damage next turn. So I'll block some. You like Minecraft better? Same. Alright, we, House Mouse. Swing in, and it's lethal! And that should get me the quest. Let's see if it pops up. It's a modified version of Photon Man's deck. He posted it in our Discord. I swapped out, like, half the cards, and yeah, there's the achievement! Death by Vanilla! And I made it Pioneer instead of Historic, and it worked! Yeah! So now y'all can use those decks in order to get your wins. So if I play enough of my Rat Colony deck, I'll finish a Frog of Culture, and eventually I guess I'll start dealing damage with Yargles for the class of 9 and 3. But with the decks that I played in this little video, you can totally do the thing. You just gotta, I don't know, make like a Yargle Voltron deck. You could probably take my old Calaxian deck and throw Yargle in as the commander and try to win with that, or just use it to occasionally get in some damage. It's definitely going to be hard to do, though, because people tend to concede when you attack with large creatures in every format in Arena, which is a shame. Hopefully, though, they will make it so you are able to actually do this quest in the Yargle event, which I don't think I really talked that much about, which is Yargle in Space. This is a deck that has a ton of Yargles in it, and you use him to crew spacecrafts, and then you attack in. But in this, like, you do occasionally deal damage with Yargles, so eventually you would be able to deal damage. But my understanding is that this event does not count towards the achievement, which is too bad. And somebody's asking, what is Yargle? Yargle is a general, I think, who was cursed, turned into a maggot, and then a frog ate the maggot and turned into Yargle. I also don't think you can do it against Sparky, no. Yeah, you can see the flavor text here. Oh, it was a lieutenant. When Bells unlocks Lieutenant, Yarcool grew too ambitious. The Demon Lord transformed him into a maggot. A frog ate the maggot and grew until its ravenous spirit burst from its body, which is why it is a frog spirit. Nice. Happy Yargle Day!